Good evening, folks. My name is Dan Gallagher. I'm here with my partner tonight, Brendan King. How are you, Brendan?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm looking forward to an exciting evening of Lincoln Way East basketball. The Griffins come into this game with a record of 14-11. In conference, they're 7-6. So obviously, if they were to lose this game, they'd be at 500. This is their last conference game. They want to say that they were above 500. They don't want to be at 7-7. So 8-6 has a nice ring to it. And they're going to have to beat a pretty good Lockport team tonight to do it.
Oh, yes. Lockport, a great team themselves. And, you know, you always want to end on a good note. You can't go out losing and enter into playoffs with a 500 record.
Well, and that's not the only motivation tonight. You know, it's senior night. We're obviously at home. So everybody wants to perform well in front of their friends and family, especially on a night like tonight where they walked out to half court with their parents. They were acknowledged. They acknowledged their parents. So it's a nice evening for players and families. And obviously, the cherry on top of that Sunday would be a big victory.
Oh, yes. We always want that here from Lincoln Way. And that was a great presentation that senior night. Everybody, whether it's the basketball players, the Poms, or cheerleaders, they walked out with their parents, and really nice to see.
Well, that's the key. It's not just basketball. It's the musicians, it's the Poms, it's the cheerleaders. We could have even gone out there at GTV, but we were too busy. You know, it's always hectic trying to get that broadcast going the few minutes before the game. Great shot right now, by the way. The Griffins stretching, warming up, getting ready. We've got about 7 minutes before introductions and then the anthem, but we were able to film a pregame show a little bit earlier this afternoon, so we're going to cut to that in a few minutes, and you'll get a chance to get our take on the game and some of the things, some of the keys that we're looking forward to tonight. I know Coach Kalimas is excited. He wants to get his team ready for the IHSA state tournament.
Yeah, you always want to be excited every game, not just this game. Every game you go into, go in with a good mood.
Well, you know, we've played Sandburg once already this season, and it didn't end well for the Griffins. Obviously, now we went up Route 45 to go see them. Oh, excuse me, I got confused.
Yeah,
we were at we did the Sandburg game last week. We went up to Lockport. You could take Route 45 to 159 and then cut down to Lockport. I don't know which route they took.
Yeah,
but anyways, you know, they have played them already this season, and not a great result. I was talking to Coach Kalimas about this in the locker room, and we'll tell you a little bit more about it after the pregame show, but Lockport blocked 18 of our shots.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot. So hopefully tonight we've got something to contain their shot blockers. So we'll see. One particular individual, Rashawn Holmes, number 22, he had 11 blocks.
Out of those 18?
Yeah, he had 11 of the 18. Well, we're going to shoot you down now to our pregame show. Good evening, folks. My name is Dan Gallagher, and I'm here tonight with Brendan King and Aaron Perch, and we are here to talk about tonight's big ball game between the Lincoln Way East Griffins and the Porters of Lockport. How are we doing tonight, fellas?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Not too bad. Yourself?
I'm feeling great. Really pumped up for a good game tonight.
All right. Well, tell us how the Griffins are feeling. What do you expect tonight?
Well, I think the Griffins are ready to win tonight. It's senior night, so they have 7 seniors on their lineup. They're really ready to come out and win and represent their class.
Yeah, I agree with Aaron. You know, the Griffins are a great competitor, and so is Lockport, so I expect a barn burn of a game.
Okay. Well, obviously, as the season dies down, a lot of things on the line. You know, we already have our matchup and our seeding for the IHSA tournament. So at this point, you know, you're playing for position in your conference. Obviously, you want to fare well. You're trying to generate momentum heading into the playoffs. What do you think, Brendan, is the most important thing for the Griffins to do tonight to continue to get ready for the playoffs?
Well, you know, as I've watched the Griffins over this year, you know, the turnovers has been trouble over the past few seasons, so they really need to stop on those. And they need to sink those free throws because, you know, they're free. So, you know, take them while you can. So,
yeah,
easy points.
You'd think that they would be gimmies, but oftentimes that isn't the case, as you guys know. How about you? What's the one thing you think they really need to work on to have a little bit more success in the playoffs?
Well, I think the guys keep playing as a team. That's really been the story of their success this year, working the ball around, passing to each other, everyone taking their shots and making their shots. And they really have a good team chemistry that holds them together.
And, you know, you say the word team, and Brendan, I know you've mentioned a lot of times this really is a team. It's not just 5 starters. They can go very deep onto their bench.
Right. Coach Kalimas, he trusts all of his players. He could put in somebody, he could take out Jalen Jones, and he could put in Ryan Hayes, and he could trust him with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, one of the things that we've been talking about, you know, privately and after some of these games and during some of these broadcasts is how exciting these games have been this year, maybe more so in years past. Just a really dynamic team, a lot of great athletes. I really think when you look at that starting lineup, you've got a number of guys, and any given night, you know, It could be one guy having the big game, or it could be everybody. So it's been exciting to watch. Is there one guy that you sort of look to have a big game tonight?
I look for Jalen Jones. He really scores a lot of points consistently, and he's really a good, well-rounded player. He can do it all.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to go with Joe Magrum. He is such a force in the paint, and he could get past guys out of nowhere and go for that 2-bucket, and maybe he'll draw the foul and get a few points.
Yeah, he does do a nice job of getting to the free throw line. That's an important part of his game. You mentioned earlier, you know, the senior-heavy roster. Magrum just a junior, so we have another year of him, and boy, I'm looking forward to seeing him develop because I think he can really be a special player for us.
Right, and it's not just Joe Magrum. There's John Jankowski, the sophomore on the team, and I think Magrum is teaching him a little bit about the center position, how to do it.
They're going to have some good size next year. Jankowski about 6'7", 6'8". Magrum, of course, has great size. So a big front court next year anyways.
You're right on.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, we don't know a ton about Lockport. We're going to find out tonight, but what do you guys know about the Porter program right now?
Well, from what I've heard, they're just as good as East, that they'll probably take them down to the wire, and it'll be a hard-fought game. Who's more willing to win will probably come out on top tonight.
Okay, so all about the dedication and who's willing to really get dirty.
I think so.
Yeah, you know, I think it's about consistency. They got to go out in the first quarter, and they got to play hard until the fourth quarter, because East defense, you know, they could really turn it on and play some tight defense.
Yeah, you know, we've done a number of the boys' games this year, and we've seen East get off to great starts. We've seen East struggle a little bit early, and then obviously get competitive later. So it'd be nice. There's no reason why you can't get off to the great start and finish strong too.
Right. That's what we're hoping from the Griffins tonight.
That's what you need.
Okay. Well, for Aaron Perch, for Brendan King, my name is Dan Gallagher, and this has been your pregame show. We look forward to a great game tonight and hopefully a Griffins victory. So go East, go Griffins, and go Blue. Well, there you have it. I mean, the analysis you got there is second to none, Brendan. Second to none.
That's just great. That's just a great job by GTV in there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you know, usually when you watch like Comcast or ESPN, they've got ex-NBA players providing that analysis. We don't quite meet that criteria, but we do our best. So anyways, we got about a minute here before you're going to start to see introductions and a national anthem. One of the things that's a nice touch to senior night is I was just told that the gal that's going to be singing the national anthem, Samantha Keebler, is Coach Klimas's niece. So I hope that's true. That's what I was told.
Well, let's hope so.
One of the nice things about these broadcasts is that it is always an East student who sings the anthem. There's no shortage of people with talent and the confidence to sing in front of a big crowd like this. So I think that's great.
Yeah, you can just see on your screen right now, the crowd's full, so anthem singer might be on a little pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. A great home crowd. I think people responding to the fact that it's senior night. Of course, we had a great crowd last Friday when we played Sandburg. That was a tough loss. I know the football team came out that night, and they pretty much came out en masse. The whole squad was there to support the team. And not a lot of football players on this year's basketball team. Now we have Yancey. Right. Yancey, of course, was a wide receiver. And in the starting lineup, I believe that was it. Now in years past, we've had guys like Adam Geddes. We've had, well, I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but now we've had a number of them. And here comes Samantha Keebler. She's going to be singing our national anthems. than the person they got to do the Super Bowl.
I'll tell you, I'll agree with you that on 100% right there.
Absolutely. Great job by Samantha Keebler, senior, Coach Klimas' niece. So grateful to her for doing such a great job. Now we've got introductions coming up. Of course, it'll be Lockport first, and then it'll be our very own Lincoln Way East. So we're going to let you go ahead and watch that now.
For the visiting Lockport Porters. A junior guard, number 3, Dexter Taylor. A senior forward, number 14, Carrington Ward. A senior forward, number 22, Rashawn Holmes. A junior guard, number 24, Kyle Ward. And a junior guard, number 44, Brandon Sowling. Quarters head coached by Lawrence Thompson Jr., assisted by John Green and Terry Green. And now for the starting lineups for your Lincoln Way Griffins. A 6'3" senior guard, number 3, Zoran Osanovic. A 6'4" senior forward, number 5, Jalen Jones. A 6'3" junior guard, number 23, Jay Yancey. A 6'4" senior guard, number 24, Jeremy Jones. And the man in the middle tonight for the Griffins, a 6'5" junior, number 42, Joe Magro. Griffins are head coached by Rich Klimas, assisted by Tom Ansel.
Well, we started to talk about it a little bit earlier. The last time the Griffins played Lockport, had a few problems. Problem getting the ball out of our hands, actually. 18 blocked shots, 11 of which were blocked by number 22, Rashawn Holmes. So obviously that has got to be a huge area of concern going into tonight's ball game.
Right. Well, the Griffins, hopefully we can stop them. But guess who we got on our side? We got Joel Magrum. He could block too. So the Lockport should watch out for him as well.
Absolutely. And, you know, Holmes is only 6'6". He's a center/forward combo. So obviously 6'6". Pretty good height. It's not necessarily the type of height where you think, yeah, you know, 11 blocks, but that tells you the guy probably's got great leaping ability, he's got good instincts and good timing. So I would venture to say we're not going to let that happen again. Coach Klimas mentioned to me that Holmes, in addition to his blocks, pretty polished offensive player, but the one player he really says we got to look out for is number 14, Carrington Ward. He says he is the best player on our side of the conference.
Really?
And he's got a brother who's pretty good too. So obviously we're going to have our hands full tonight.
Yeah, and Ward in the starting lineup as well. So, but the Griffins going with their big 5, Zoran Arsnevic, Jalen Jones, Jelani Yancey, Jeremy Jones, and Joe Magrum. So the usual starting lineup coming out, but it is very effective.
Well, I'm looking at that Lockport starting lineup, and I'm looking at 5'10", 6'5", 6'6", 5'11", and 6 foot. So a couple of big guys, but you know, I like our size. When you go across the board with our starting lineup, 6'3", 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". Now we might not have anybody who's 6'7", 6'8", or anything like that, although Jankowski coming off the bench definitely is. But even our guards are 6'3", 6'2", so that gives us great length. That's a huge advantage when it comes to getting hands in the passing lanes, getting your fingers on passes, tipping balls, things like that. So we don't have a big man in the middle necessarily, but we've got great all-around size.
And that, yeah, I like that. That's what you want to have. I don't want to have just one big guy who can block shots. I want everybody to contribute to that part of the score sheet.
One big man in the middle blocking shots is a great advantage to have, but if you can have that overall height across the lineup, that creates a lot of matchup problems for other teams, especially at the high school level where it's not uncommon to have, you know, a 5'10" point guard, for example,
right,
like Lockport, who has Dexter Taylor, number 3, who's 5'10", 160.
Well, we're going to go at center court for the first face-off, and here's Joe Magrum losing it, so Lockport will go on the attack first. Fresh clock, 8 minutes starting the first quarter. So here we go from Lincoln Way East. Lockport ball movement already. Almost blocked by Jeremy Jones in the behind the paint, goes for a 2, he'll miss, rebound, can't get it. It'll get the ball back. Coming into the paint, goes for another jumper. No, off the rim, and we got a whistle.
Pretty good movement by Lockport. They got a couple of nice looks there, including one after the offensive rebound.
Yeah, we saw Sandburg last week. Their ball movement was very, very fast last week, and they found out that the Griffins were getting to them, so they slowed it down a little bit. Now let's see if Lockport does the same, if they can continue the fast ball movement that they just showed. Yancey going past the half-court line, into the paint, going coast to coast, but he can't. Jalen Jones for 2.
Great little fadeaway to even the score up at 2-2. Yancey did a real nice job of breaking the press there.
Yeah, Yancey not the usual one taken out. That's usually Arsnevic, but did a good job there.
Yeah, showing that he can handle the ball as well when asked to.
Oh, almost tipped by Arsnevic. He did. Jeremy Jones knocked down. No whistle. And stolen by Magrum. Layup. He missed the layup.
Well, let me tell you what happened there. He was thinking about dunking. He was thinking about dunking. He thought better of it. And what happened was kind of a hybrid shot.
Yeah.
So it's got to be one or the other. Now, there's no question he can dunk. We saw him in the dunk contest at a recent pep rally. So either throw it down or lay it in, but it can't be in the middle.
Yeah, you got to be thinking one thing. You know, you can't have multiple things on your mind or else that's when you miss it. Arsnevic stolen, and here comes Lockport. Oh, a slam.
Well, Lockport's showing they're not afraid to dunk.
Well, maybe we'll expect more dunks now as Jalen Jones takes it being double teamed. Joe Magrum beyond the paint. Looking for some real estate. Finds some. Moves in off the board.
Strong take there. Nice job getting to the rim.
All right, so East will go to the line early here. It's already 2 minutes past.
Well, we've already seen that the Griffins' overall length, especially at the guard position, has caused a couple of tip passes and one turnover and one near turnover. So hopefully we can continue to get our hands in passing lanes and tip basketballs.
Let's hope so. Magrum, his first will be good. 3-4. Magrum will go for his second, trying to make it a tie game here, which would be great 2 minutes into the game. And he does, 4-4. 2 for 2 on free throws for Joe Magrum early, so he makes up for that missed layup.
Well, that was one of the things that you had talked about in our pregame show, was doing a better job of making our free throws. You pointed out, hey, they're free, let's take them. So nice to get off to a good start in that category.
Right. Lockport being double teamed. He'll get past him. Double teamed again. He'll get it out past the 3-point line.
The type of defense that East is playing right now is very swarming, a lot of double teams. It's also the type of defense that wears you down, and that's where Coach Klimas's bench comes into the equation. That's another thing we talked about in the pregame show, is how Coach Klimas is not afraid to really use that bench and to go, 8-9 deep.
Right. And that's the great thing about Coach Klimas. He's not afraid to put in his backup players. I mean, they made the team too, so they're good enough to be on this team.
That's absolutely right. He's got the confidence to play anybody.
Jeremy Jones taking the ball on the Griffin image, and Joe Magrum at the free throw line. He'll sink that, so basically another free throw.
Well, he just made 2 free throws. He has a lot of confidence from that spot, so what the heck.
Lockport taking it behind the 3-point line. I think there's number 3, Dexter Taylor, thinking about a 3, but he'll pass it on. Oh, nice pass to get into the paint. There's a whistle before the bucket, but it's a travel.
Good thing. Good thing he traveled before he made that layup.
Griffins get a little break. It is 6-6. Here comes Jelani Yancey. Yancey, a little shake and bake. Gets past 3-point line. Jalen Jones almost lost it, but he got it back. Jones looking for somebody, finds Magrum, back to Jones. Oh, there's a block. Was that the guy we were talking about?
Well, that was number 14, Carrington Ward. That is actually not the guy who got 11 blocks last week. That was Rashawn Holmes, number 22. So Carrington Ward showing that he'd like to get in on that block party.
And you just mentioned earlier that Coach Kalimas thinks that Ward is the best player in the conference.
He believes Carrington Ward is the best player on their side of the conference, and certainly showing the athleticism to make that a true statement.
But Jalen Jones answers with a bucket.
Great head fake to create space in the easy little basket.
Here comes Kyle Ward. I think that's Carrington's brother. Dexter Taylor goes to Kyle Ward. Double teamed. Pass it on. Next to the paint. Dishes it out to the three-point line. Oh, a jump, and he caught it there. Tipped. And it'll be taken by Joe Magrum to Zoran Arsnevic. Jay Yancey. Oh, he missed the layup, but we got a whistle.
Great little bounce pass, lead pass from Arsnevic to Yancey, and Yancey doing a good job to initiate contact and get fouled. Nicely done.
And the Griffins will go back to the line. So,
and
try to
that
get
fast
these.
break generated by another tip and turnover.
Yeah. So those happening a lot today as Yancey will miss his first.
You know, generally when you get a turnover, it's not like the other team is just going to throw the ball right to you. It's typically a tip pass.
Yeah.
And so far, the Griffins doing a great job of getting their hands in passing lanes and generating those.
Yeah. Griffins had a little change here. They sent in Matt Sputic and Brett Sheehy.
Sheehy contributes good size, and Sputic that outside shooting presence.
Right, and both are seniors, so their final game here at home. Guarded by Arsnevic. Arsnevic, another senior, so looks like we got all seniors on the court right now. Except for Yancey, of course, who's a junior. Yancey tipped and fighting for the ball in the paint. It goes out of bounds. Jump ball, and it'll be Griffin's ball. So Zoran Arsnevic's going to inbound here.
Well, Lockport is showing that East isn't the only team on the floor tonight that can create turnovers and get in passing lanes.
Brett Sheehy behind the three-point line. He'll take that duty as there's Jalen Jones in the paint. It's off the rim. Bad break there for Jalen Jones. Looked good, but just
yeah,
got
real
a piece of
nice
the rim.
feed from Sheedy. Obviously, we got to finish when we get those opportunities so close to the basket.
Thought about a three, didn't take it. Double teamed by Sputic and Yancey, but he'll pass the ball off quickly. Lockport playing catch a little bit. Shoots a two, and it'll go off the boards, and Brett Sheehy with a rebound. Sheehy's going to start building up that rebound column, looks like. Jalen Jones goes to Arsnevic in the paint. Oh, it rolled on the rim, and it finally went in.
You know you're doing something right when your guard is getting baskets from that close underneath. Great job.
Nobody even saw Arsnevic. He snuck in there. He got it. Lockport for, it didn't matter what it was for because he missed, but they got the rebound and a paint whistle. And let's see who gets the ball here. It will be Lockport's ball. So Matt Sputic is the guilty person of the foul. So Lockport's going to inbound. Into the paint picked off by Thompson, who just entered the game. To Sputic. Oh, tipped to Sheehy. Sheehy for three. Off the rim.
Good look, though. I'm glad to see him take that shot. He can make it.
Oh, Lockport just throws it up, and it goes in the basket. So we got Michael Thompson taking it out. It's 11-10. Your Griffins still in the lead by one, but a point on this drive would be really nice. And also Sean Hammond checked in here. Sputic for three. Off the rim again. So Griffin's in the three column, not getting it so far tonight. Dishes it out on the baseline. Passes again beyond the three-point line. Free throw line. Shot off the rim again. So both teams struggling to find the hoop right now.
Well, the Griffins are playing that 2-3 zone, so obviously anytime there's a zone, there's going to be some open looks. There's going to be some soft spots in that zone, but obviously Lockport hasn't been able to truly take advantage of that by hitting their jumpers yet.
And we have about 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. That was a quick one. Brett Sheehy's going to take it. He'll go to Sean Hammond. Sputic thought about a three, didn't take it. Hammond for three. Off the rim one more time. Rebound. Puts it in. Joel Magram. Nice put in by Magram, and he'll go back to the line trying to add to his free throw successes. And TJ Anstedt's going to check in for Brett Sheehy.
Joel Magram on the line, shooting one.
Joe Magram doing his little ritual before free throws, and he'll sink it, so he'll get the three-point play. Another good free throw for Joe Magram, 3 for 3. Here comes Lockport. It's number 24, Kyle Ward with the ball. He'll hand it off. 2 by Carrington Ward. He'll miss. Rebound by Anstedt. Buzzer beater off the board. But at the end of the first quarter, it's 14-10. Your Griffins in the lead.
Well, if you're Coach Klimas, I think you're pretty excited about what you saw. Obviously, they beat us the last time we played, and we took control of that first quarter, so very happy if you're Coach Klimas. Now, I believe we're going to throw it down for one of our vaunted commercials. And here we are at the start of the second quarter, 8 minutes on the clock. The Griffins with that 14-10 lead. I think Coach Klimas pretty happy with the way his team played, both defensively and offensively the first quarter.
Yeah, great defense. Joe Magram in the paint, trying to block shots and contributing on the offensive part, sinking his free throws. So Magram, player of the game for the first quarter for me.
Well, speaking of block shots, I had mentioned earlier that Lockport was able to get their hands on a lot of our shots last time we played. Just the one so far, so the Griffins do a much better job of getting their shots off.
Right. I bet that's what they discussed in the locker room before the game. You always got to have one of those pregame talks, and that was probably in it.
Well, a lot of times, a lot of block shots means maybe you're forcing your shots. That extra pass could find the guy that's open instead of trying to force a shot. That's one of the things that is kind of an instant fix for that situation.
Right. Lockport will take that shot and no miss. Not sure what it was for. His feet questionable. It could have been a 3 or 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked to me like he had stepped over the line, so I'm glad he didn't make it because the ref would have had to make a difficult decision there.
Yeah. Here's Yancey going under the legs. Joe Magram in the paint, takes a shot. He'll put it in. Magram stays hot.
Yeah, the little step back, little baby jumper there, absolutely.
Here's Ward. Ward tipped by Arsnevic. He'll start a drive here. It's Yancey. He'll lose the ball. He'll go into the cheerleading section for the Lockport.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. He dribbled it right off his own foot. I imagine he was trying to figure out whether he was going to go up with it or make the extra pass, and the next thing you know, one of the cheerleaders had the ball. So get him next time, Yancey.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You always have to have one thing on your mind. If you have multiple things, your mind, they just gets a little too much. And
yeah, we saw
happens.
Magram earlier kind of debating whether or not to dunk it or going for the layup, and the result was some sort of hybrid, and it didn't end well. So yeah, let's commit. You got to commit to the one thing.
Here comes Taylor. Taylor being guarded by Arsnevic, doing a great job by the three-point line. Taylor taking it, trying to go to the free throw line. Thompson putting on the big D. Can't get it away. It's Taylor being double teamed by Thompson and Arsnevic in the paint. Joe Magram playing tight defense. He won't get it away. The Lockport player can't get it away because of Joe Magram's defense. Another great play by Joe Magrum. Magrum goes to Anstead in the paint. What a pass by Magrum. So Anstead gets his first points of the day thanks to Joe Magrum.
Well, you know, Magrum requires a lot of attention when he's down low, and when he's on the perimeter, that opens things up a little bit down low, and we were able to get the easy basket right there.
Right. Takes a shot, and Lockport will put it in. So that's Lockport putting that one in. And they'll get it back. They'll start on their fast break. Oh, but Griffins catch up to him. Oh, almost went out of bounds there. Just saved it by the baseline. Lost it, and we got a whistle.
Kind of a weak foul. Arsenivic able to get his hand on the ball. Lockport able to maintain possession, but nevertheless the whistle. That's the fourth on the Griffins. That makes them even with Lockport. Also the 4 fouls. 5 minutes, 12 seconds left in the second quarter.
And Jeremy Jones checking back in. No Jalen on the court, though, so only one's Jones' brother for right now. Anstead almost blocked it. Tight defense by Thompson, picks it off. He'll start something. Yancey gets another shot. He'll go off the rim. He didn't go off his foot that time, but he couldn't put it away. Almost reaching in by Yancey. He'll take it away one more time. It'll go Griffin way.
Yeah, Yancey decided if he couldn't finish, he was going to come back and create a turnover, which is exactly what he did. Whatever happens on the offensive end, it can't be something that you allow to affect you defensively, and that's exactly what Yancey just showed.
Right. And now both Jones brothers back in, so Coach Kalimas realizes, you know, hey, my team does a little better with the Jones brothers both on there.
Well, we mentioned it before. They're so comfortable with each other on the court. They know, they've, of course, been playing with each other for years, so they kind of know where they're going to be in terms of spacing and where on the court they're going to be at all times. So, obviously, that helps.
Tipped, and Michael Thompson takes it. Nice tip, but that was either Joel Magrum or Thompson. And maybe they got each of their hands on it. Not sure.
Well, Thompson's coming up with a lot of loose balls. That's the one thing I do know.
Right. Jeremy Jones goes to his brother Jalen, now being double teamed. So Jeremy Jones goes for 3 off the rim. So the Griffins' 3-point woes continue. Passes off. Lockport player gives him a block on the baseline and the paint. Free throw line, can't get it blocked. Who's got it? And it's Lockport. It's gonna be Griffin ball here.
Great job of TJ Anstead locking up the Lockport player and generating the jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Griffins this time.
Thompson taken out once again, acting point guard. Joe Magrum, 3-point line. That's being comfortable there, but not this time. Fast break. Oh! What just happened here? He dunked over Joe Magrum, and both fans standing up. What's it about?
Well, I think he was called for a charge.
Wow.
Even though Joel Magrum just got posterized, he did exactly what you're taught to do, which is to take that charge. You know, I saw there was a game not too long ago. It was a Notre Dame game where, I forget who it was, I think it was Scott Martin, the Purdue transfer, who got absolutely posterized on a dunk. But a lot of times, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stand your ground, brace your feet, take it, and try to draw that charge, which is exactly what Magrum was able to do.
Yeah, but when that whistle came off, this place erupted, but here comes Yancey. Makes up for his woes. Yancey for 2. So Yancey makes up for what he did, and the Griffins have the lead 20-12.
Well, Magrum, he almost had the double whammy because he's the one who had the ball taken away from him. It was his fault that the turnover was created, and then, you know, almost getting posterized on the dunk there, but he did a great job of getting back on defense, getting into position, and generating that charge, which ultimately led to the Yancey layup on the next possession. So right now we're looking at a 20-12 Lincoln Way East advantage with just over 3 minutes left second quarter. A lot of excitement. The coaches are smiling. The guys on the bench are are pretty jacked up. The fans are into it. Just a great atmosphere tonight for high school basketball.
Yeah, Lincoln Way East is popping. And, you know, I don't know if you read this story, but in the NHL a few weeks ago, there was a story. It was the Carolina Hurricanes versus the New York Rangers, and the Stahl brothers, Eric Stahl and Mark Stahl, they played each other, and Eric Stahl came in for the hit on the boards, and he was charged with a charge on his brother Mark. So, so there's another charging example as Jeremy Jones puts it in. So, yeah, hold your ground. You might get the charging call.
Yeah, right now the Griffins really enjoying themselves. Jeremy Jones with the basket, and then showing how pleased he was with himself. You know, it's still early in the game. I know we got a nice lead, 22-12, but in basketball, that can disappear very, very quickly. I was watching the Bulls game last night. It looked like the Bulls were going to get blown out by about 40 last night in the first quarter. And then the next thing you know, it's the third quarter, and now we're up 10 points. Then we were down 5 points, and ultimately I think we won by about 4 points. So
right.
Basketball, very much a game of runs.
Yeah, after that game, the Derrick Rose MVP chance got even higher.
Well, you hear those at every home game, but I think they were a little bit more relevant last night because the guy he's pretty much competing head-to-head with, LeBron James, was there in the house as well.
They had this poll on SportsCenter.com. It was who will win MVP. Choices were Derrick Rose and LeBron James. 75% of America said Derrick Rose is going to win MVP over LeBron James. So,
well, it's pretty interesting that they've already pretty much determined that those are the only two guys. There's nobody else even really in the conversation.
Right. As Lockport puts it in for two. We got about 1 minute, 50 seconds to go here in the first half. Boy, that was a quick one. Joe Magrum working the three-point line.
Thompson's thinking about it.
Oh, he takes it. Oh, there, Thompson sadly gets the air ball, but brought in. So Magrum will get shots in the paint, blocked. So Magrum getting blocked again, but good try. Shot. It'll go off the rim. That was a shot by Carrington Ward. So Ward missed his shot.
30 seconds out. Lincoln Way East.
Hey friends, can I help you?
GTV, we have normal sized fingers.
Yeah, I guess sometimes, you know, if you're the Griffin and you're trying to fire off an email, sometimes, what is it?
Hey, you go!
Claws?
Claws?
Yeah.
Paws? I don't know. He doesn't have fingers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, you know, you need a little helping hand, and that's what GTV is there for.
Yeah. Poor guy, or girl, or what? Mythical
Good question.
bird.
Yeah, mythical bird, genderless mythical creature.
Takes a two. It'll be air ball. Oh, here comes the chance.
Well, you know, they call that the worst shot in basketball because you're just inside the three-point line, so you don't get the benefit of that extra point if you make it, and it's obviously a lot harder to make from that distance.
Jalen Jones on the fadeaway. Nice shot. Oh, here comes the chance again. Reminding him, let's keep it in his head. Hey, I got an air ball. Oh, stolen by Brett Sheehy. Takes the ball. He'll hand it off to Jeremy Jones. Nice play by Sheehy. Yancey takes a three. No, the threes can't come. Jeremy Jones takes his shot at two. Tipped. No, the Griffins could not get anything started on that one. Nice pass. It'll be taken by Yancey. Come on. Come on, Jelani. 25 seconds. Tipped. Jones. Off the board. So Lockport has 15 seconds to work with. What are they going to do here? 9 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Takes the buzzer beater. Oh, a buzzer beater here to finish the first half.
Well, nevertheless, a great first half by the Griffins. I'd feel a lot better if that three-pointer hadn't gone in. There's just something about having a 10-point lead that I like a lot better than a 7-point lead, but hey, I'm not complaining. After the last game against Lockport where we didn't fare so hot, this obviously a much improved Griffin team really doing a nice job. And I'll tell you what, Lockport has not had the answer for that 2-3 zone of the Griffins.
Right. Yeah, I think the Griffins really need to work on their, if they're going to take threes, let's hope they could sink them in the second half, as I don't think they got one this half.
Well, what Lockport's going to have to do is decide how they want to attack that 2-3 zone. They might want to switch things up, but you never know. We might go to man. We might not stay in it. But right now, we're going to let you, instead of blabbering on as we've been known to do, we're going to let you enjoy the performances by our varsity cheerleaders and then the varsity dancers. That three-pointer. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt us. Got the lead. It's a great crowd. Look at that.
Your varsity cheerleaders and seniors. Now your 21 varsity high. your varsity Palms.
Here at Griffin Television. Here at Griffin Television, we've discovered the secrets to the ancient pyramids. But all we care about is football! Whoa. Yeah, those guys were pretty excited about football, apparently. Well, you know, football season is recently over, at least in the NFL, and the high school level has been over for, I guess, over 2 months. So maybe a little bit of nostalgia in the minds of some of those guys.
Yeah, well, you know, here for Coach Zavonar and people like that, football season's never over. Come on.
Well, that's true, and I know a number of the guys, most of the guys really, are already in their off-season conditioning program. They're hitting that hard, so so definitely getting ready for next season. I know they've got high hopes and high expectations. We've got a few minutes left of halftime, and speaking of high expectations, the Griffins played at a very high level in the first half, and I know they want to continue that. They've got that 7-point lead. Could have been 10, except for that buzzer-beating three-pointer right at the end there of the first half.
Yeah, you know, we never like to see that from the opposing team, but still, as you said, the 7-point lead coming into it, if they could hold it and they could put on some more and get the good defense going, I think they could hold this one off.
Well, I'm anxious to see what Coach Thompson of Lockport, what adjustments he makes. Obviously, the Griffins having a lot of success with that 2-3 zone. Now, the Griffins might not decide to stay in that, or they could always switch back to it if they started something else, but I guarantee you Lockport will make some adjustments, and that's what athletics is. It's making adjustments, whether it be at halftime or in the middle of an at-bat if you're playing baseball or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So we'll see. Right now, the Griffins have the upper hand. We know that Lockport had the upper hand when we played over there, but I like the direction this is going. We're generating a little bit of momentum. We've rebounded nicely from that tough Sandburg defeat, and obviously with the playoffs coming up. And let me mention, by the way, we do know who our opponent is going to be. It's going to be the aforementioned Carl Sandburg High School. That's going to be on March 2nd, 7:30. It's a Wednesday night.
Mark your
and
calendars.
That is going to be at Lincoln Way North. So absolutely mark your calendars. Each of those teams having won a game now on the other team's home court.
Yeah, and now a neutral court, so we'll see what each team can do. I mean, coming in and beating somebody on their home court, especially when the football players are over there making noise, and they win.
Well, I know it's not our home court, but perhaps playing at Lincoln Way North, you know, our sister school in the district, obviously a little bit closer for us than it is for Sandburg. Hopefully there's a mini home court advantage.
Let's hope so. Let's hope a lot of East fans show up and cheer them on.
Well, if the fan turnout tonight is any indication, that's not going to be an issue. Great turnouts the last couple of Fridays. Really proud of our fans, whether it's the families, friends of the players, students, whoever it may be, looking around, there's a great crowd tonight. So that's pretty much what we need to see for the rest of this playoff run that I hope we're about to begin on.
GTV, keeping you warm this holiday season.
Is all about, you know, helping people out. They said something about this holiday season. I thought the holiday season was over.
You know, so some people, maybe it's never over.
I don't know what holiday they're talking about. President's Day was the other day. Well, what's next? Kashmir Pulaski Day, that's coming up.
Then my favorite, St. Patrick's Day. Lucky the Irish.
Absolutely, absolutely. St. Patrick was a fine man. He drove all the snakes out of Ireland.
Right.
And I hate snakes, so I'm thankful. Third quarter getting ready to start. Coach Kalimas making some last minute, I don't know if he's making adjustments or some final words of wisdom, but talking to his team there. see Coach Anstead and Coach Pullman, Coach Kohlbacher, a full staff.
Well, 8 fresh minutes on the clock. He got that 7-point lead, as I mentioned. Let's try to keep it and get some more points here. Joe Magrum with 9 points in the first half. Not to mention all the defense that he did. I mean, you can't put that all in one report. But great first half by Magrum.
Well, he's definitely the man in the middle, and he's also able to make a couple of jump shots that spread the floor a little bit, create a little less clog down low, and allow some of the other guys to get loose for openings underneath. Again, though, looking forward to seeing what sort of adjustments Lockport makes. If they come out and they try to do the same thing, I think we're in good shape. But I feel like Coach Klimas is very capable of making his own adjustments. So we'll see what happens. Griffins start off with the ball.
All right. Well, Zoran Arsnevic's going to take it as usual. Jelani Yancey doesn't go to 3, so three-pointer is still a very big foe for the Griffins.
Definitely trying to get that 3 back that we lost right at the end of the second quarter.
Lockport, Taylor dodges 2 players. By the baseline, tipped by an East player, and it goes out.
Magrum able to get his hand on that.
So Lockport's gonna get the ball one more time. Second inbound of the quarter already. Ooh, dishes is out to the almost 3-point line. Could have gotten it, and now will go out of bounds. East way. Arsnevic's gonna inbound. Jeremy Jones goes to Arsnevic. He's gonna take it out this time. Goes back to Jeremy Jones. Toughly guarded by Taylor, and Taylor very smaller than him, actually. Taylor 5'10", Jeremy Jones 6'4", so a big size difference, but Taylor not afraid to step up and guard.
Foul off the ball. Dexter Taylor with the hold. First team foul of the second half for Lockport.
Jeremy Jones inbounding, goes to Jelani Yancey. He takes a 3. There's a big 3.
Great job getting open on the inbounds play and hitting the shot.
The first 3 of the day for the Griffins. And let's hope to see more, because one could spark more. And there's a 2 shot. And so a 2 there will keep the Griffins in the lead. 27-19 to be exact. Third quarter. 6 minutes, 35 seconds to go. And Jalen Jones with the ball. Magrum by the 3-point line and the free throw line, where he's been hot tonight. Jalen Jones tipped by Carrington Ward, but Ward luckily didn't get it back, or else he could go in for one of those dunks that he did. Yancey gets another 3. Big 3! 2 in a row.
Well, he's feeling it now, and I think what you have to do is give him the ball in the next possession for a heat check. See if it's just one of those things where he can't miss right now.
Yeah, well, Yancey lit the match, and it's burning, so give it to him again. Why not?
Well, I don't advocate playing with fire, Brendan. I don't think you should be encouraging people to do that.
Yeah. But he'll get the ball back. Jalen Jones takes a 2 off the rim. So 30-19, Griffins have an 11-point lead. Magrum's first foul of the day, coming in the third quarter, not bad. Lockport, Kyle Ward coming out. Taylor goes to Ward. Back to Taylor, playing catch a little bit, goes to number 44, Brandon Saywin. Taylor. Ward, back to Saywin, takes a 2, off the rim. In the paint, it's Ward, excuse me, that's Ryshawn Holmes.
Great job by Magrum of contesting that shot and avoiding the foul. A lot of guys would have got called for the foul in a situation like that. He was able to go straight up, keep the hand in the face, but avoid contact.
Nice Griffin play. Arsnevic. Gonna go to Magrum. Magrum goes to Jalen Jones. Tips it out to Zoran Arsnevic. Jay Yancey goes to Arsnevic in the paint. He missed it.
Too wide open. It happens sometimes.
Yeah. But that's sometimes how it is, and just gotta go on the next play.
Get him next time. But yeah, it should have been an easy 2. Shouldn't have even been an issue. Well, I think what happened was he caught that pass in the air. He probably could have gone right up with it or kept going up with it in the air. He came down, had to go back up, and that kind of threw him off a little bit.
Well, yeah, as you said, get him next time. And in the paint, that's Holmes getting blocked. And Holmes was the one you were saying was blocking.
Lockport, you ain't the only team that can block shots. That's Jalen Jones with a killer block right there.
Wow. Jones blocking the master of blocks, if you want to call him that. But here comes Jeremy Jones.
Behind you, Jeremy. There we go. He felt the pressure.
That wouldn't have worked out well if that got stolen right under him. And Jalen Jones going to throw it right into the crowd, hit a cheerleader.
And now we have a conflict between the referees. One referee said Lockport, the other said no, that's a tip. And the guy who saw it our way wins that argument.
Well, we'll take it. Jalen Jones gets a break.
Coach Klimas immediately signaling tip. He saw it.
Yeah. Joe Magrum and Jay Yancey. Yancey gets tipped himself. And coming the other way, Yancey steals it, but we got a whistle.
That's too bad because Yancey was thinking dunk. He had nobody in his way.
Well, now here's Ward to inbound. Now Ward's going to take him out himself. Inbound and back pass. Takes it out. Ward will go into the paint. There's Holmes. Puts it in for 2. So he gets past Jalen Jones this time. Jeremy Jones being double teamed. So Lockport putting on the double team style right now. Magrum being guarded by Holmes. Nice shot fake by Arsnevic in the paint. That would have been a nice play by Arsnevic if he could have gotten that through.
Well, it was a great head fake. He got in the lane. He was stripped of the ball. That's okay. But then the foul there at the end was unnecessary.
Well, Arsnevic's going to get a much-needed break, and Michael Thompson's going to come in. Here's Ward. Ward going to pass it off. Goes to his brother. Both Wards working together. In the paint, there's Holmes. Can't get it. He'll get one more shot. Magrum with a little block, but he got a foul on it.
Well, the foul in that situation is not necessarily a bad play, okay? You don't want to give them anything easy, and if you're going to foul them, it can't be a situation where they make the shot and they're going to the free throw line. Go ahead and foul, but make sure that shot does not go in.
Well, Holmes is going to take his first free throw, and we got John Jankowski in the 6'7" big sophomore coming in for Joe Magrum, take over the big man position.
Yeah, his first action tonight, I believe.
See, now next year, Magrum is going to be a senior and Jankowski going to be a junior. So Jankowski is going to probably mature over the next year, and maybe we'll get some more minutes next year. We don't know.
We'll see if he gets any taller. He's obviously going to hit the weights and fill out a little bit.
Right.
So that's going to be a formidable front line.
And we got some whistles. Referees talking it over. What's going on here?
Well, I know the Lockport coach wanted to travel. I don't know. That's not what the referees are debating.
Yeah, Lockport coach Lawrence Thompson Jr. asking for it. And it will remain Griffin ball. Well, we'll take a timeout.
We're happy to still have the ball, but we had a fast break going, and that inadvertent whistle cost us an opportunity and maybe an easy 2. Coach Klimas taking this opportunity and this timeout to talk to his team about how they are going to maintain this lead. It was 7 at halftime, still 7, 30-23 with 3:05 left. So pretty much playing even, matching basket for basket here in the third quarter, and that's fine with us.
Yeah.
As long as Lockport doesn't go on a prolonged run, I like the direction this is going. Coach Klimas encouraging his team. It's going to be Jankowski, the Jones brothers, Michael Thompson, and Jelani Yancey out on the court right now.
And just before that, you had a nice view of the huddle on your screen. good view of Coach Kalimas giving his team some direction. Michael Thompson. Go to Jankowski. There's Jelani Yancey to Jalen Jones. Jones on the Griffin mark. He'll go to Yancey. Nice catch. Jalen Jones. There's Yancey in the paint. Can he get a 2? No, he'll miss it. So nice look for Yancey. If he could have finished, that would have been great. In the paint. Ooh, there underneath the leg it looked like. It's stolen by Michael Thompson, but Holmes will get the ball right back. And we got a little push and shove in there. But
yeah, there's a lot of contact down there, and it's number 22, Rashawn Holmes. He's not real happy about it. Well, that's too bad, young man. When you are that size and you play underneath the way you do, you know, there's going to be a little contact.
Yeah, I mean, you're not just going to sit there and take it. I mean, you got to push
this
around.
This is a guy who blocked 11 of our shots the last time we played, so obviously we're not going to let him have his way underneath the basket.
All right, we got some new personnel for the Griffins. It's Jeremy Jones and Jay Yancey coming out for Matt Sputic and TJ Anstead. Holmes will make both. So 2:27 to go here in the third quarter. And TJ Anstead throws it out as Matt Sputic tips it. So 30-25, 5-point game here. And the Griffins need to put on a little defense. There's Ward, hands it off into the paint, and TJ Anstead takes it. We'll go to Jalen Jones. Jones, little dribble problem, but a nice spin. Goes to Matt Sputic. Sputic looking for some real estate, can't find it. He'll dribble out, being double teamed. He'll find John Drakowski. Drakowski bobbles it. Who's got the ball? It's a fight, and Ward's gonna take it off. Carrington Ward will get the whistle. So a fight for the ball on east side. It's a little rummage.
Foul charge number 15, Michael Thompson on the ground.
So it's Thompson's foul, and if we're looking at the scoreboard right now, the fouls are 6-1, and you never want that. If you have 5 foul difference, that's not that good.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well for the rest of this quarter and the fourth quarter. Lockport now in the bonus, that being our 7th foul. As you mentioned, Lockport just with the 1, so that doesn't bode well for the next quarter in a couple of minutes here. We'll have to see what we can do about that.
Well, Holmes is back at the free throw line, and he'll sink his. So Holmes having a good day at the charity strike. He's taking advantage of those free shots. Holmes gonna sink it. So it's 30-27. So a little scare here for the Griffins. Matt Sputic, gonna take it. He'll go to Jelani Yancey. Yancey goes to Jankowski. Thompson. Sputic. Sputic. Big 3 by Matt Sputic. Nice
Great
shot.
to see Sputic hit the 3. One thing I don't like, though, is that the last 2 shots Yancey has taken have been 3-pointers as he made them both.
Yeah.
But it's been several minutes since that happened. Okay, I was looking for that heat check 3-pointer to see if he was in one of those zones.
Yeah. Well, now Holmes back at the free throw line again. So he's been taking a lot of trips there. So busy day for him there. John Jankowski's coming out for Brett Sheehy. So Jankowski has a few minutes. Holmes gonna take his free throw, having a great
Lockport
day.
doing a great job of hitting their free throws.
Yeah.
One of the things I've noticed is there have been some spirit exchanges between the Griffin and Lockport fans.
Yeah, standing up. What the heck? Yeah, come on. Brett Sheehy goes there, Sputic. Sputic's got to be careful not to go past that half-point line. Here comes Yancey. Goes for 2 off the rim. So, Lockport fans excited.
You know, that's our 8th foul. It's a knick-knack foul. He's going to go to the line now where they've done a great job of hitting their free throws. There's no sense in a foul in that situation.
Yeah. Wow, Holmes again back at the line. Holmes getting a little name calling from the fans. And that's the student section giving him a little trouble.
Well, yeah, you know, you hear the overrated chant. When you're a great player and you've done great things, you know, you become a little bit of a target.
Yeah.
So obviously he's a guy who had a great game against us in the past. We've mentioned several times those 11 blocks.
Right. But Sputic dribbling up and there's a whistle.
Yeah, 2 quick fouls on Lockport. Still just their 3rd of the second half. We're up to 9, so double bonus after 10.
TJ Anstedt's going to inbound this time to Michael Thompson.
But right now, you know, both Jones brothers are on the bench. Magram's on the bench. What we're looking to do is just sort of maintain the lead right now. We'll get that starting lineup back out there. But right now, we just want to maintain the lead, which is what we have with about 10 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We got that 3-point lead.
Right. Well, Griffins got 7 seconds to shoot. What's going to happen here? And 3, 2, 1. Yancey tries to buzzer beater. Oh, buzzer beater!
He tipped his own shot. There was no give up. He saw the shot was not going to fall. He attacked the offensive glass, and he got the tip for the buzzer beater, showing Lockport they're not the only ones that can beat that buzzer. Great job on the offensive board and tip in. 35-30 Lincoln Way East.
The student section, as you can see on your screen, being led by Tom Plunkett, the sophomore basketball player, leading the charge. And this place erupted on that buzzer beater. Tom Plunkett.
Well, who knew that our students were so creative? Great job and great camera work. Is that Gandalf I see in the middle of the screen? I see somebody with a wizard's cap and a long beard.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that, but as you can see, a very animated and very creative student section tonight. Glad to see that our director, Sean Wyburn, said, hey, get a shot of that.
Yeah.
And now a good look at what's going on in the Griffin huddle. So anyways, we got 8 minutes left. We have a 5-point lead, and it looks like we're going back to, for the most part, our starting lineup, although I see Sputic and Thompson are in the game. So a nice combination of starters and our second wave to start this 4th quarter.
Wow, what an end to the 3rd quarter. Wow, if that could, and like if the 4th quarter could end that way, that'd be great. But coming in the 4th, 8 minutes fresh on the clock, and Yancey getting his butter beater. Here's Ward hanging on, shot fake. In the paint, he'll put it in for 2. So, let's see. Got Michael Thompson coming in, Jay Yancey. Joe Magram on the Griffin drawing. Oh, Matt Sputic takes a 3. Big 3! Matt Sputic!
Well, he thought he was going to shoot it. He thought better of it. He looked to pass it, and then he looked around and said, hey, I'm wide open. All right.
Let's go. So, student section finally getting into it here in the 4th quarter. And I think you got to look on your screen when Sputic shot that, everybody got up. And there's Lockport, number 30, Billy Reed putting in.
Yeah, Billy Reed is a guard, and all of a sudden he's being quite a factor down low.
Yeah. Tipped by Lockport. Another tip. So Holmes taken away. Tipped. Stolen. Magram. No, we can't get it. Yes. Jalen Jones.
Another tip by Yancey.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this arena has just got electric.
Charge to Lincoln White.
So, Lockport trying to slow it down a little bit, but just slowing the student section down. It's a little hard to do. Takes a shot. Oh, there's a 2, but
Well, that's
just a
great
2.
ball movement right there. He deserved to be rewarded with nice crisp passes like that. 40-36 Lincoln Way East with just under 6 minutes left.
Yancey taking it coast to coast. And there's a whistle. Works out the Griffins' way, and Holmes goes down.
That's one of those ones that probably could have gone either way. Obviously, it went our way, and I'm grateful for it. Could have very easily been a charge.
It's a battle of the audience here. We got the student section on the Griffin side, and then on the Lockport side, you got all the parents rooting on her kids.
There's one parent in particular who's, sort of taken up the Lockport cause, and it's just kind of funny to watch. It's him versus the whole student section.
That's a tough task. Yancey will miss his second free throw. But we got another whistle. What's gonna happen?
Might be a lane violation, in which case it would mean one more free throw. Got to hit this one.
All right, Jelani, here you go. Actually, it'll be an inbound here for Lockport, so a little confusing on the court.
The call is double lane violation.
Double lane violation, all right. All right, well, there's Billy Reed. Double team, there's Holmes. Holmes trying to take it coast to coast. No, he'll throw it into the crowd.
Well, he had the right idea. He was just a little too hot with that pass. Let's see if the Griffins can capitalize on that self-inflicted wound.
Well, Yancey, go to Magrum. Magrum, Thompson. Thompson goes to Arsnavik. Thompson almost in the paint, thought about it, but could get tipped by Lockport, and it'll go into these hands again. Oh, here comes Jalen Jones. Can't get the layup, tipped. No, it will go Griffin way though.
Foul charge to Lockport, number 22, Sean Holmes, his fourth, team's fifth.
Definitely a playoff type atmosphere in this game.
Definitely. But let's not forget, it's gonna be on a neutral court, so no black and blue on the wood at Lincoln Way North.
Yeah, certainly that playoff game isn't going to be black and blue on the wood, but there's nothing that says we can't go out en masse and really support our team. Now, Lockport, right now, they're number 2 in the conference. I don't think there's any scenario where they could be number 1.
Joe Magrum.
Because HF is undefeated. They have yet to lose, so it looks like they pretty much have first locked up. And obviously, the Griffins looking to finish 8-6, pretty respectable in our conference. We would love to obviously be able to say we were over 500 and generate that strong momentum heading into the IHSA tournament.
All right. Good look at Joe Magrum sinking his free throw. So Magrum staying hot at the free throw line. Magrum having a heck of a game here. Where it's 42-36, your Griffins are winning. Lockport playing catch a little bit, goes to Ward. Ward slowing it down, goes across, can't get it in. Michael Thompson can't get him though. So free throw shot and rebound by Magrum again. So Magrum putting up the rebounds as well. Yancey tries to go for a 3. He made it, but we had a whistle before the shot went off.
We had a timeout, actually, so I know Coach K wishes he would have waited just a second longer, but there's nothing you can do about that. He's going to draw up an even better play so we get those points back.
side.
Think you can do that? Whoa! Okay. GTV. Wow.
Whoa, that was a lot of snow.
Yeah, from the snowpocalypse that all melted by now.
We made it. We survived it. Hard to believe that was a couple weeks ago, and now it's supposedly, spring is right around the corner. We got baseball tryouts in a couple of days. Hard to believe there's ever going to be baseball when I look and I see all that snow on the ground.
Yeah.
4 minutes, 30 seconds left. 42-36. Griffins with that 6-point lead. 4 minutes, a lot of time, though, so obviously we cannot have any let-up whatsoever.
Right. And just a second ago, you had a good look at the huddle on your screen, and I saw Coach Ansa and Coach Kalimas talking over. Kalimas probably just saying, Jelani, my bad on that one. That 3 counts on my book.
Well, what that means is Yancey has actually made his last 3-pointers, his last 3 3-pointers that he attempted, even though one of them came after the whistle. So he's feeling it. I'd like to see him get the ball again for a heat check.
Right. And he'll be knocked out. So the Griffins will get the ball again. So just a shortage of time there. So 4:25 to go here. It's 42-26, fourth quarter. And Jalen Jones has possession. Yancey! Big 3! Yancey!
I guess he's still feeling it. That's 3 in a row.
Wow! 4 in a row, if you want to count it, but I'll count it. So 4 in a row. Yancey, wow.
This the largest Griffin lead since late in the second quarter.
That's great from the Griffins, and Lockport's taken over, but 3:45, and they got to come back a little bit, 45-36. So hands it off. There's a little floater. No, Jones with the rebound. Thompson will go to Yancey. Thompson again. Arstevic's open, blocked. So that's number 14, Carrington Ward, blocking Arstevic's 3 attempt.
Well, Coach Kleeman said Ward is the best player on our side of the conference, so he's shown the athleticism there certainly with that block.
Right. There's Jalen Jones coming in for Michael Thompson. Thompson gonna go to Magrum. Magrum to Jones for 3. Off the rim, but rebound by Thompson in the paint. Goes for a 2. Got it! Thompson puts it in for 2. Now a 3 attempt for Lockport, and they can't get it. It'll go out of bounds. It'll stay Lockport way, it looks like. Yep, remains.
Well, Ward realizes that they're at a point now down 11 where if they're going to get back into this game, he's probably going to have to take over if he is their best player.
Right. Well, he has the ball right now. We'll hand it off to Cole. Then he'll shot off, tipped, rebound by Arstevic. Who's he going to get it to? Yancey first, then Jalen second. Jalen blocked, but where's the whistle on this?
Great feed. The outlet pass was there, just a little indecision. Am I going to go up with it or am I going to dish it? Griffins still have the ball, though.
Yeah. Well, Coach Kalimas and the players looking for a whistle, and there it is right now on this play. But last play, they were looking for something. Well, Yancey's going to go to the charity strike to add on to his 4 3-pointers that he's got tonight, even though I'll count it for him.
Those should be easy after hitting all those threes. A free throw should be nothing.
Yeah, one of my keys to the game, as you said, was sinking those free throws, which the Griffins have done a great job of. Mostly Joe Magrum has been to the line tonight, but Yancey taking some free throws. Number 2 will go off the rim, so Yancey goes 1 for 2 on free throws, so hey, he sunk 1. Oh, almost tipped by Yancey there, and here's Ward for 3, tipped, up in the air. Who's got it? it's the Griffins with possession. Jalen Jones, Yancey's open down court. He's asking for it. But Arsnevic didn't see him. Thompson goes to Jalen Jones. Being double teamed, going to Thompson. Thompson goes for a floater. No. Ooh, Yancey will get in there, and he'll knock it out. But we'll have Ward going to the free throw line.
Foul charge number 23.
Well, with just 2 minutes left, you don't want to give up anything easy, especially, you know, on a touch foul like that. You might want to think about slowing the game down a little bit just to move a little time off the clock. But at the same time, you want to do exactly what's working.
Right.
You don't want to start doing something different that hasn't been successful. Obviously, something has gotten you this nice lead.
Yep, and Ward will take both of his free throws, so it's 48-38, 10-point game. 2 minutes to go. Crunch time here at Lincoln Way East. Thompson will go to Magrum. Jones is open, but couldn't see him. Arsnevic open for a three, but yeah, I wouldn't take it either. Magrum in the paint, drives it for a two.
I think that's the final nail in the coffin right there, Brendan.
You think? Well, if it is Magrum, I think that's one of his best games of the season.
You know, I think he was kind of in waste the clock mode. He turned around and saw, well, there's nobody really here, so if they're going to give it to me, I'm going to take it.
Yeah. And he'll go to the line, too, so. Ooh, he'll miss his free throw, so I think that's one of his first misses of the day, so which is really good coming in the fourth quarter. Hands it off. Here's Cole for a three. No, he'll rebound. Will go all the way back. Tipped by East. And here comes Yancey. Yancey loses it. Keeps it from going out of bounds. Nice play by Yancey. Coming out. Here's Holmes. Holmes driving. Goes out of the rim.
50-38 Lincoln Way East with just 1 minute 17 seconds left. Brendan, I think you need to start thinking about who your player of the game is.
Right, I better start getting on that.
I think early in the game you probably would have been looking at Joel Magrum for the game he was having, but the last couple quarters it's really been Yancey with his three-point shooting that has fueled this Griffin run.
Right. You got a tough choice tonight.
Well, and there's always
the Dan Galligan Broadcasting Award.
Yeah, the Broadcaster of the Game Award is really what a lot of people tune in to find out about. One of the more impressive streaks in sports, I believe, is the fact that I have won this award. I've lost track of how many times in a row it's been.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, you've done a nice job tonight.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know if I would say, you know, what you've done has overshadowed my performance, but I mean, it's certainly, you're no slouch.
Well, now Jalen Jones going to the free throw line with 1:13 to go. It's 50-40, 10-point lead for the Griffins.
Now, I wonder if Coach Kalimas will try to get some of the other seniors in, since it is senior night, the last minute or so of the game, just so they can maybe get a round of applause from their folks.
Right. Well, Sean Hammond, he hasn't had a lot of floor time today. He's a senior. Matt Sputic, he's got some floor time. He's also a senior. And Brett Sheehy, another non-starter who is a
Yeah,
senior.
now they've all been in, they've all played. Sometimes, though, well, the other thing you'll see is the next time the whistle blows, he might pull out the seniors that are on the floor so that they can walk off to a nice round of applause.
Right.
But you never know. There's still a minute left, and it's just a 9-point lead. I don't think, we're going to say, hey, this thing's over, but you do feel pretty good with the lead like that.
Well, in a timeout, discussing, it's 52-43. Just hold them off.
Absolutely.
Finish the game.
Absolutely.
Ooh! Our new camera's here. Sweet! Timmy!
You're looking forward to getting it back, and then there's a small child in it. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah. Little mix-up there in the camera agency.
You'd think they would have picked up on that at the post office, but hey, what do I know?
Let's hear some jamming on the box. Get me out of here.
I read a story recently about a woman who mailed a puppy to her son. I think it was like his birthday or something. And fortunately, somebody, realized that there was a puppy in this package. Yeah. There were no holes, so it couldn't breathe. It could have very easily died. And charges were brought against the woman, as they should have been. And the woman's excuse was, nowhere in the post office did it specifically say, like there wasn't a sign that said you can't mail live animals.
Wow, that
there are a lot of things that people aren't supposed to do that there aren't necessarily signs for. You just kind of know.
Don't do it.
Is this a good idea?
Yeah, well, that story, not that good. That's not a really good story there. But the good story from here is
this is a good story. And the story is that the Griffins have played maybe their best game of the season. They're winning 52-45 with just under a minute left. But 7 points and about a minute left to play. You feel good, but not so good that, this thing is on cruise control.
Yeah. Just keep your composure. Don't let anything go wrong.
I would imagine there will be at least half a dozen more possessions in the next 53 seconds because there's going to be a lot of fouling. So we'll set the over-under at 6 for how many more possessions there will be. Lockport will look for the steal, and if they don't get it, they might decide to foul. Tried to foul right there, didn't get the call.
Jones is fouled.
Sometimes when you don't want to foul, they give you one, and when you're desperately trying to, they're like, nah, I don't think so.
All right, well, Jalen Jones, these fouls, they come, they halt the game a little bit, but they let you build up that score sheet. So
both teams with 10 fouls. At one point, I think it was 9 team fouls for Lincoln Way East to 1 for Lockport.
8 foul difference. That I don't know if I've really seen that before. So Jalen, there you go. 53, 47 looks like. Excuse me, 54 to 46. There you go. Well, 40 seconds to go, and Lockport will make a 2 with 37 to go. So about almost half a minute.
If they have any chance of getting back in this game, that's what they need. Real quick possessions like that. That only took about 5 seconds length of the court and the easy 2-pointer.
Hey friends, can I help you?
GTV, we have normal sized fingers.
54-47, a 7-point lead with 37.2 on the clock. Griffins have the ball, though. You can expect Lockport to go for the steal, and if they can't get it, to foul quickly.
Yeah, well, fouls are tied 10 to 10 in a timeout currently. Griffin's getting a little rest. I mean, just put who they got out here now. They got Jalen Jones, Jelani Yancey, Michael Thompson, Zoran Arsnevic, and Joe Magrum. So, few seniors in except for Magrum and Yancey.
Well, those guys are going to be the focal points of the team next year, and I think those are a couple of great building blocks.
And also adding Michael Thompson as well, so starting point guard for next season. Oh, excuse me, Thompson's a senior. Sorry, misread it on the score on the sheet.
Yeah, coming back at the guard position, you've got number 2, Blake Anders. You've got number 10, Ryan Hayes. TJ Anstedt's a forward. We saw him handling the ball a little bit tonight, though. Mike Martin is a guard. Gavin Walsh is a guard. So, we obviously have options.
Right.
But we'll definitely miss the ball handling of Thompson and Arsnevic. They've done a great job for us.
Yeah, definitely hard to say goodbye to all these great players. But wish them the best of luck in their future, hopefully in college, and who knows, the NBA, maybe.
Absolutely, that sounds great. Give me some tickets.
Remains quarter ball.
Well, 25 seconds to go, and inbound. Here's a 3 for Lockport off the rim. It'll go back into possession. Here's Ward. He'll miss it. So 25 seconds killed on the clock.
Yeah, Ward went up strong. Looks like he got poked in the eye a little bit, so he's in a little bit of discomfort. He's listed at 6'5", 155. He'll fill out that frame a little bit, and he'll make a nice player for some college team. Not sure what his plans are.
Subsequent substitution.
Well, here comes Matt Sputic, senior, and 20 seconds on the floor.
And he replaces the senior, Arsnevic, coming out.
Ward's going to sink his first free throw, 55-48. Ward sinks his second, 55-49, 20 seconds to go. Michael Thompson inbounding.
Smart timeout from the senior Thompson. Didn't like what he saw. Thought he might have a little trouble getting the ball in.
And, 20 seconds left. You got some timeouts, so use them.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. You can't take them with you. Might as well use them.
Right.
Well, have you given any more thought to that Player of the Game award?
I have. I've been thinking about it for the past minute and a half. I really want to give it to number 23, Jelani Yancey, because of his heroics and his three-pointers and that buzzer beater he had at the end of the first half. And
it was the end of the third quarter. It was a tip in on his own miss.
Right.
And factor in a few three-pointers as well. He was really feeling it in the second half. We haven't been keeping track. I know he's close to 20 points.
Well, Jelani had a great game, but I'd love to get it every player on this team. All the seniors, they deserve
Well,
it.
that's not how it works, Brendan. You have to choose one. It's not the team of the game.
Yeah.
That would be whoever wins. It's the player of the game.
Well,
so spit it out. Who's it going to be?
It's going to be Jelani Yancey. That's the way to go.
I will reveal the more anticipated award, the Dan Galligan Broadcaster of the Game, in a few moments.
Ooh, there's some. There's a cliffhanger. Matt Sputic will foul.
Sputic will go to the line. Now Sputic also hit a couple of key three-pointers earlier in the game.
Right.
Matt Sputic at the line, shooting 2.
So here's Sputic getting his free throws. The senior free throws. Here we go.
A little strong there, a little strong.
Well, all right, Matt. Let's get this one. Matt Sputic puts in a free throw, and that could do it. For that's a great way. If the game ends and he doesn't make any more points, it's a great way. Let's end on a good note.
Finish off his home career.
Woo-hoo. And there's a 3 from Kyle Ward with 8 seconds to go. That's just clean swish.
There's a couple of fans right in front of us who jumped up at that three-pointer, started pumping their fists and puffing out their chests as if they just won the game. I mean, it was a nice shot, but I'm pretty sure with 8.6 seconds down 4 and we have the ball, I'm just not sure that's going to do it, guys.
Yeah. Well,
but hey, they're enthusiastic fans. You got to give them that.
Well, maybe they're thinking just on the positive side of everything. We got a 3, so
absolutely
something to cheer about.
They're glasses half full type of guys. Well, I think, again, you're no slouch. But
there's the but.
I just feel like my performance tonight, my commentary, my analysis, my humor, just the total package, I really brought it. I'm going to go ahead and award myself the Dan Galligan Broadcaster of the Game Award. Sorry.
No hard feelings at all. A great way win for the Griffins here.
I mean, I look at it this way, you know, if Derrick Rose wins the MVP, years from now, you're going to be able to say, I was on that team. I played with the MVP. You're going to be able to tell people, do you know how many times I was the runner-up to Dan Galligan for that award? I mean, what an honor for you to be able to tell people about later on in your career.
Yeah, well, you know, I could be in a
pretty exciting. You're welcome.
Yeah, no problem. But, yeah, I could be in a press box one day working for a team. It's just like
that's all anybody will want to talk about.
Yeah, when you were announcing with Dan Galligan in high school,
what was he like?
There was a thing called the Dan Galligan Broadcasting Award. Who won it most times? And, it was Dan Galligan. I mean, I didn't win a lot, but
and there it is, 57-52. A huge win for the Griffins, a great way to send off our seniors, and a great way to finish our conference season. Griffins are now 15-11. They're 8-6 in conference. They've got a huge game versus Sandburg in the playoffs coming up. That's going to be on March 2nd.
For the end of the 2011 Griffin, oh, I messed up. This is Griffin Television. I totally messed that up. Oh.
I know I messed up.
Well, all right. What was that at the end?
I have no idea. Well, good season.
Good season.